when working with demographic data or population data in ArcGIS Online, one way you could do this is by using the data through Living Atlas, which is available to anyone who has an account with our ArcGIS Online organization. And you'll notice when you first add it, it will have kind of like these larger blocks. So these are states, and if you zoom in, it converts to counties. And then if you zoom further in, you'll get things like census tracts and block groups and that sort of thing. So what if we want to make a map that is just with one of these layers? So one tip you could do is we actually just want to remove all these other layers and just keep the block neighborhood blocks, because that's kind of what we want. So if we expand this layer right here, you'll see that there's three groups. There's the states, the county, and the tracts, which is actually what we're going for. And as you zoom in, they highlight to different levels and that sort of thing. Zoom in further, there's the tract level, and then the other layers just disappear. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click here on these dots and select Ungroup. And that will set different layers for each one of those levels. And we can zoom back in, and we'll go to Minneapolis and St. Paul here. And there's our tract is highlighted again, and we're actually going to just delete these other ones. So we're going to remove that and remove that. So that gives us just our tract layer, which is what we can use to put on the map. And it's not going to clutter up so many things or not give us extra data that we don't want. Now, if you notice, if we zoom back out, it disappears. And that's because there's a visibility setting on the layer so it doesn't look too cluttered if you're zoomed all the way out. But we can remove this or reset this to a different layer type by just zooming in, clicking on the layer. And here in the visible range, you'll see there's this little triangle and a blue bar here. And if we zoom out, then once that triangle is outside of the bar, the layer disappears. And if we zoom back in, it comes back in. So all we have to do is just change where this blue bar is positioned. And if we kind of make it bigger, you can even make it bigger so it just stays the entire time. So now we'll notice that all of our tracks are here. Now, the more features like this you have, the longer the map will take to render. So I might recommend that not to have it show up all the time. We could go to just maybe here, kind of a setting where we can at least see our entire state, and then just drag the bar here so then it disappears. But if we zoom back in, it comes back. So you can play around with it and see what works best for your project, but this is the easiest way to isolate a tract layer using demographic data from Living Atlas.